Hey everybody, welcome back to X4 Foundations 4.0 Beta 10. So with less than 2 weeks until Cradle of Humanity launches, they released another beta. So in this video, we will go over what was in the beta. There's a couple cool features. Nothing too crazy though, but I'll start out with my favorite two, in no particular order. So you can now look at a sector's encyclopedia menu from the map. So right-click, show encyclopedia entry. That is a great change. It was so tedious to do it manually the other way. The next change involves communications. So let's do a comm channel with this miner.
Greetings.
And you can see that they're now in the proper background. So that's the alligator background. Let's take a look at someone else in a different ship. A Wervin.
Greetings.
See, it's a different background there too. So that's a really great immersive change, I think. It's just really cool.
Greetings.
Yep, and the Jaguar doesn't have much space at all. So that's a very cool feature. I like it quite a bit. They added quite a few things for Workforce in this patch. One of the enhancements they made to Workforce is now if you go look at one of your stations, it has a Workforce. They added a few more things, like I think sustainable workers is new, but the main thing they added is they added a bonus based on the amount of free space you have in your habitat. It'll go into this expected change. However, it's not really effective on stations as small as mine, so I need a lot more open space in order to get the benefit. But it'll show up as another line item in this tooltip with the amount of bonus percentage. So it'll help stations fill up faster the more space they have, along with the sector population. So that should be a pretty interesting change. The encyclopedia now has the workforce information. So if you look at production, advanced electronics, optimal workforce is 540. It's good to know. They also made a change to Blacklist so that you can use them as whitelists as well. It's actually pretty clever how they did it. So if you go to global orders, go to Blacklist, they now have all these restrict all factions. So if I restrict all factions, anything I add now will be allowed. So it now turns into a whitelist for factions. You can do the same for sectors too. So it's just a different way of managing the lists that could be useful in case you just want to make some exceptions instead of having them all and doing other weird things. Remember to always confirm your changes, otherwise they will not stay. Another change they made in the global orders was a default global response to attack. So you can retaliate, use judgment, escape, ignore, or reset standing orders of all ships for the scenario. This is also available on the ship level. So if we go to a ship, any ship will do. Informations, individual instructions, and default response to attacks. So right there, you can. Another change they added was a nice quality of life to change to get to the commander. So let's say this first fleet here. I can look on one of the subordinates now, information. Let's go to it. There he is. And then if I do behavior, assign to, there's a little button here that'll show, bring it over to who it's assigned to. So nice little quality of life change there. They added the ability to rename sectors for player-owned sectors. I don't have one, so I can't really show that or how it works. So if you do, please try it out. Another change they made to factories was around storage. I don't quite know why they did this. They probably had a good reason, and I just don't understand. But they added a tooltip over the storage amount. At least that's the way the patch note reads to me. So there's a tooltip that says exactly what the amount says. Now there's probably some reason for this. I just can't think of one. If you know, please let me know. Another workforce change in the station planning. So when you're building a station, you can check out under habitation modules the workforce information. So it'll have workforce capacity, current workers, and optical workers. So before it just had the habitat. Now you'll know how many workers you'll need. That'll make it easier to add habitation modules and kind of see how. That about does it for all the additions. There are a bunch of improvements around. So there's some ones here I can't really show, but they made more mining changes. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till 4.0 is out to really look into mining because it's still in flux. We may still get another beta that changes things. They improved the armament of Xenon stations and balanced the KHK threat. So I guess that would mean Xenon stations are tougher, and maybe the KHK are not as much of a pain as they were before, because they got to be pretty annoying, at least in Argon Prime. As I said, a bunch of mining changes. They did make some terraforming changes, including adding a new reward to the Antigone terraforming missions that add exclusive patrol jobs. If you know what these are out there, like what kind of rewards they give that make them so exclusive, please do let me know. I'm not going to be in terraforming for a while because I'm going to start over for Cradle of Humanity. A bunch of other balancing of terraforming projects, improved the visuals of terraformed worlds, and added collision detection improvements for spacesuit. Not quite trying to test that. It seems like a lot of guess and check. And improved the mission of deployed resource probe upkeep mission. I'm not quite sure what that really means, but they're all improved. A bunch of bug fixes as well. NPCs on player-owned stations will now be more diverse in their race makeup. So you should see more Talati on your Argon and things like that. Fix fleet commanders using their piloting skill rather than their combined skill for determining validity of formation shapes. That's pretty important because that may open up more formations to players earlier. Now, you may have different feelings about formations and their usefulness, but now they should be able to be used properly. They fixed one of the dock blocking issues, where if you send a ship to get recycled, it'll sometimes block the dock. So hopefully this will help people. I definitely seen comments about docks being blocked by ships. Hopefully this will help. Fix some voiceovers as well as freezes in the emergency eject feature. That's great. I can't really test it out right now, but there's definitely a big freeze, so hopefully that is fixed. Fix falling through the floor, that's always a plus. And a bunch of other terraforming kind of fixes. So you can always check the patch notes in the description and see if there's anything that's important to you that I did not cover. But that about covers it for Beta 10. So I don't know if we'll see another beta. We might. If not, we'll be seeing Cradle of Humanity content very soon, as they announced that some footage will be able to be released on March 4th, which is tomorrow when I'm recording this. So there'll be plenty of Cradle of Humanity content to watch until it is released. All right, thanks for watching.